Hi everyone, good afternoon. Again, this is Richard Solomon of my YouTube channel, Chas Narratives or Ang Mga Kwento ni Cha. I am here to give you today, especially to football aficionados out there, just like me. I was also a football or soccer player in my early days from elementary, high school, and to college. And I am still a football fanatic, especially with the World Cup. Okay, so I'm here now to, you know that the World Cup 2022 FIFA World Cup in the men's division or category is still happening right now, and we are actually on the last stages of the FIFA World Cup events. We have just finished one. We now have two semi-finalists already. Qualifiers like Argentina, and they will be pitted against Brazil in their bracket. And on the other semis, on the other semis, and on the other bracket, coming from the other bracket, first to qualify also is France, and they are just waiting for the match for the last semi-finalist between Morocco and Portugal. Okay, so I would show you the setup matches in the semifinals, leading to, of course, the championship bracket or the championship event, of course, right? And nagbibigay po ako ng analysis ko sa bawat team, ang aking of course based also on their historical performances or history of performances in the World Cup events ever since. Okay, so papakita ko na po sa inyo yung setup ngayon na sa semifinals. Okay, so sandali lang po. Okay, here we go. If you can, as you can see on your screen, either on your cell phones or your PC or laptop monitors, we already have two finalists on the left bracket, and these are Argentina, who would battle it out with the very talented Brazil or the Brazilians. And this will be a very exciting match that I would like to give my forecast, my analysis in a very short while. And on the right side is the first semi-finalist qualifier is France, who has just beaten England, and they will be battling it out against whoever will win the next match of Morocco against Portugal. And on the quarterfinals of this between Morocco and Portugal, of course I favor more Portugal to win based on of course performances, history in World Cup performances. Although they haven't won yet a World Cup title, Portugal at least has like placed third or fourth in the previous years, and I will show you that in a very short while. While Morocco has nothing to be ashamed of, because Morocco's performance now entering the quarterfinals, which is where they will be pitted against Portugal, is actually already a very good performance itself, because this is the first time that Morocco has emerged and has given a great performance, leading to their qualification here in the quarterfinals of the World Cup 2022. It's the first time ever they reach the quarterfinals, and that itself is a great excellent job with the Moroccan team, and who knows, they might be a they're considered now the dark horse. Who knows, they could win it against Portugal. The ball is round, so anything could happen. And if they did win against Portugal, this will also be another milestone for them, because will they will qualify in their first ever semi-finals again. It's another milestone for the Moroccan team to reach the semi-finals of the World Cup. So they would have two milestones already, entering the quarters, finals, and hopefully in the semis to be pitted against France. Oh my God, that would be a big celebration, I believe, in Morocco if that happens. So I fingers crossed. Hopefully they win that against Portugal. But if you had seen the performance lately of Portugal, they've won against Croatia with a very impressive 6-1. I believe it's 6-1 score, without even having Ronaldo on the pit. Imagine that. They have performed well without the presence of Ronaldo on the pit. I believe whatever the reason that they have of benching Ronaldo, I believe they're preparing Ronaldo for the bigger matches to come, especially in the semis, because if my count is right, there will just be like only 5 matches away before the World Cup 2022 is done or is finished. So there's like 5 matches, that includes the championship, of course also the second runner up or the third placer. So there will be this one, I'm pointing at the last quarterfinals between Morocco and Portugal, then the 2 semifinals. Whoever wins here and would go to be battling it out with France. So that's another semifinals. That's 2. The other semifinals would be again between Argentina and Brazil. That's 3. The 4th will be the third placer, whoever loses in those 2 semifinal brackets. And last but not the least, the 5th match and the final match, of course, will be the championship. Whoever wins in those 2 semifinal matches. Okay, so now I would like to give first or to show you the performances of each country in the World Cups. Now, from granting Portugal wins against Morocco, and they will climb up to the last semifinals bracket. Let's start first with Argentina. What is the performance of Argentina in the FIFA World Cup history? Okay, I hope you see this. So this is the complete history of the FIFA World Cup, its records. Okay, so let me just make it larger here. So if we look on this table here, again starting with Argentina is actually a 2-time FIFA World Cup champions. They won the World Cup twice, in 1978 and in 1986. And I believe in 1986 that is with Maradona. And that's actually what, about 20 years difference. Oh no, less than, about a 10-year difference or more, like 12 years I think, if my computation is right, or 8 years I think. So yeah, so that's the performance of Argentina. But now, and they have three runner up, or finalists, uh, that they have three finalist positions or matches that they've won as runner up only. So that's in 1930, 1990, 1990, and the 2014. So that is the performance of Argentina. But Argentina today is, of course, its captain, and it's headed by the magical, what do you call, magical Lionel Messi. And my analysis on this, well, against Brazil, the truth is, before, my idol is Pele. Can I just, for a while, can I just flip over this camera? Okay, now this is my analysis with Argentina. I love how Argentina plays the game, especially with Lionel Messi. Lionel Messi is actually considered the greatest, if not the greatest, footballer player ever to have played the game. But he's even called the magical Lionel Messi. Before, I idolized, my first idol in football was Pele. And then it was followed by Maradona, my second idol. And now comes, of course, Messi. Messi is just like Maradona. How, the very reason why I love Messi. Messi is the best ball handler ever that football has ever produced, or Argentina has ever produced. He's like Maradona too. They're small, but they handle the ball well. They dribble the ball. They're the best dribblers in the game. And Messi nowadays, and for like decades even, has been regarded as the best dribbler in the international football. But despite of the magical Messi that he is, against Brazil, my take is it will be hard for Argentina to win if it is only a Messi, if it's just a one man army with Messi. I don't think, even how I love Messi, I don't think Messi and Argentina would win very easily against Brazil. Because Brazil, other than Neymar, they have lots of strikers who are co-equally as talented as Neymar. And not only that, they have the best fullbacks, midfielders, as other than their forward or strikers. So Brazil has actually have the most complete game and complete roster of role players in football nowadays. And of course, now I'm already giving my insights about Brazil. Brazil has won the highest number of World Cup titles in the history of FIFA World Cup records. You know that. And I will flip over again this. As you can see on your screen, Brazil has won 5 times. In 1958, 1962, 1970, 1994, and 2002. And they have 2 runner-up positions title, which was in 1950 and 1998, and also two third place positions and two fourth place positions. I don't know if there's a five place. So all in all, they have a total of 11 titles in the FIFA World Cup. But the most impressive, of course, or profound to note, is the five, this one, the five World Cup titles that they had. And next was Germany with 4, Italy with 4, and Argentina with 2. Okay, so again, between Argentina and Brazil, I think I would bet on Brazil for this 2022 FIFA World Cup championships. So in the semis, of course. Now going to the second bracket, as I've said, if Portugal wins over Morocco, and they will climb to the last semi-final slot and to battle out France. Oh my God, this is a tough decision for me. Going to the history of France, by the way, recently emerged. If we count the number of years, they had emerged in the last 20 years. They are actually a force to reckon with in this modern times. France has won the World Cup title in 1998, and after 10 years they've won it again in 2018, and they have a runner-up position, one runner-up position in 2006, and third placer positions in 1958 and 1986, and likewise a fourth place position in 1982. Clearly, their last 30, I think 30 and 20, 40 to the last 20 years, they have been a force to reckon. They have emerged for the formidable opponent and contender in the recent World Cup. And now, of course, and they have a very talented Mbappe, a player, a striker named Mbappe, and I consider him like Ronaldo in high octane, injected with high octane or adrenaline. He is a faster Ronaldo type of Ronaldo-like player for me. Not like Messi, but more of a Ronaldo type of player for me. That is Mbappe, who's very very young. He's very fast like Messi, but he's also a very very good striker. Now, what impresses me about France, that I believe could also win against Portugal if ever they are pitted against Portugal in the last semi-final bracket, or the second semi-final bracket. If I also, that's why I said it's a hard choice between France, for me, between France and Portugal, because France has also a very complete type of players, from defenders, midfielders, and strikers. Not only Mbappe, but some of its forward players are also very good and complementary to Mbappe. Now, with Portugal on the other hand, although for Portugal here, you cannot see them in the semifinals, they're still waiting, or they have a pending game in the quarterfinals still with Morocco. Portugal history, by the way, Portugal has never won any world titles yet. They are here below in this third lower roster here. I don't know if you can see them there, and they only have the very best performance ever of Portugal was still in 1966, and that's only a third place uh, position. They were a third placer in the 1966 World Cup, FIFA World Cup records event, and they also got fourth placer in 2006. Okay, and the best player is actually um, of course Ronaldo. But you know what? As I've said, just like in Argentina, um, Portugal will not win if it will only be a one man army kind of play. If they would just base their game with the Ronaldo, I don't think that Portugal will win, especially also against France, because France is a very complete player. Although Portugal has a very strong defense team, just the same, France has also a very good defense backup. Other than they have a very good forward, but I noticed that with their Portugal's recent game against Croatia, they won easily without Ronaldo, and I believe they mixed very well without Ronaldo, and that's very surprising. And I felt that the game, whenever Ronaldo is on the pit, their coach is um, their coach type of play is centered on Ronaldo, and that's not a very good um, for me. It's not a very good strategy in the World Cup. It has to be a team player, just like Brazil. And Argentina, as I've said, should also play that way, a team game, not only based on Messi. Portugal should also be based on Ronaldo alone, and for Portugal to win against France, it has, in any team game for that matter, you know very well that it has to be a team play, not just a solo or a one man game, one man army type of play. It couldn't happen unless like in Argentina, unless God would select Argentina and Lionel Messi to head the win of Argentina. But scientifically and physically speaking, of course, and based on history's records and all, I believe that would won't happen. And Argentina has to play a team match, team game overall, and likewise Portugal. Okay, last but not the least on this bracket, if Portugal wins over Morocco, so we'll have a complete semifinals already. Between Argentina and Brazil, I would bet favor on Brazil to go through the championship to the finals. And between France and Portugal, as I've said, I am really torn between these two. How I admire Ronaldo, but how I also admire so much the play of Mbappe, a very young striker of France. But if it will be a team play, if Portugal, as I've said, would play as a team game, not centered with Ronaldo, they might win against France. But France always plays a team game, so I think, and with for the past 20 years, as I've said, France has emerged as a formidable team in World Cups. I think my bet today on this, I'm sorry for Ronaldo, but my bet would be in France. Between, again, from the first semifinals, between Argentina and Brazil, I love Messi so much, but I think I would I would favor Brazil to go through the championship, the finals. And on the other bracket, even how I admire, also idolize Ronaldo, I pick France to win the second semifinals. So my prediction is, my final prediction is, it will be a match against Brazil and France. It will be a championship between Brazil and France. I guess my prediction would, be like 80%. It would be France and Brazil, to be in the championship finals. Okay, so between Argentina and Brazil, I believe this will be a very low scoring ball game. The most, Brazil might win against Argentina with only 2-1 score if it's a low scoring ball game. But if it's a high scoring ball game, it will just be like 4-3 in favor of Brazil, 2-1 again in favor of Brazil, or 4-3 still in favor of Brazil. But in within France and if Portugal goes through, France, it will be a very very low scoring game, just 2-1 France if France will win. So that's it. That's my prediction. And lastly, although I'm not, this is not yet my final prediction against Brazil and France, because they're not yet through to the semifinals. But if they happen to meet in the championship, I believe Brazil would still win by just a score of 1-0. It will be a very very tight match. I will still favor Brazil. So I predict it will be the sixth. It will be the sixth World Cup championship of Brazil. But and France is very hungry, and as I've said, they had emerged recently in the past 20 years. They could win also. They're the dark horse in the finals, and I believe they're very hungry also to win their third World Cup finals championship. So that's my prediction, ladies and gentlemen. I just flip. So yun po, also sa ating mga fans diyan, mga kapwa Pinoy all over the globe, and especially here in the Philippines. Shout out, by the way, to the Filipinas football women's team, who is also on schedule to the World Cup, Women's World Cup, by July, I think, to start with, against Switzerland, New Zealand, and what's the other one? Norway. Correct me if I'm wrong. So kudos and good luck again to our Philippines women's football team, or they call themselves the Malditas. Salute to you, ladies, and good luck also to the Ascals of the Philippine men's football team. And that ends my forecast and analysis for the matches that's remaining, the semifinals between Argentina and Brazil, and France, and maybe Morocco or Portugal, and then the other semis. And my prediction, and if it would be, my prediction is Brazil would win the first semis. France might win the second semis against Portugal. That's my prediction. But it would still be Brazil to win the World Cup championship. It's like only 60-40 against France. France is a very good player now, a very good team now. Okay, so that's my take, my insights, 2 cents analysis, and projections in this World Cup 2022, FIFA World Cup 2022. So, what is yours? Please comment below. Thank you very much. Please do subscribe, like, and share if you may. Maraming salamat po sa ating mga kababayan also there, and all the football aficionados and fans like me, fanatics that is. So, as I always say, this is Richard Solomon of my YouTube channel, Ang Mga Kwento ni Cha, or Cha's Narrative, saying peace, God bless, and love one another. More so to your families. Bye-bye everyone. Bye-bye. Thank you. Let's watch the World Cups and see who wins. Bye-bye. Who's your bet? Please comment below. Bye-bye. Thank you.